Hello Keyblade Wielders, my name is Tobin Utada, and welcome to the land of the Keyblade Wielders. First of all, I'm sorry I had recorded part of this with the camera, but it decided to go spooky on me and just mess everything up, so I had to use only the voice. So you have to endure my basic editing skills. Anyway, I think it's time to start, so enjoy the video, please. So, as probably most of you know, D23 and the Kingdom Hearts Premium Theater are just a couple days away, and I expect a lot of news about, for example, Unchained Key and when it will come to the West, or 2.8, and of course, most importantly, Kingdom Hearts 3. In particular, I think that a few new worlds will be announced, and maybe even one of the returning worlds, aside from the already confirmed Olympus Coliseum. But before that, I thought, why not try to speculate and understand which worlds are more likely to come back than others? And that's what these videos are about. Now, this video would be entirely different if it wasn't for one thing that Nomura said in one of the interviews, I think at E3. And that is that most of the Disney worlds will be brand new, and only few worlds will come back. Of course, this makes it easier to rule out specific worlds because of the really tight window of possibility. If he hadn't said that, there will be a lot more worlds a lot higher on the list. Also, any world can come back potentially despite any speculation we do. So consider that. Don't just blame me because I put a world really low and you think there is a chance. There is always a chance, just I'm considering whether it's likely or not. Understand? Good. So, I went through all the Disney worlds that ever appeared in Kingdom Hearts series and tried to think which ones have the biggest possibility to return based on 4 aspects. The first one is the story. So I consider each world's role in the overall series, or even if the world already exhausted the plot of the movie is based on, or its sequels. For example, when we first saw Sora take on the Rock Titan with the train thingy in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, personally I thought that the Rock Titan was just there for convenience. I mean he was in a rocky area, it was easy to do, and the enemy itself was really easy to recreate. So I thought it was just a placeholder somehow. Also, I was kind of fed up with Olympus Coliseum because it appeared in every Kingdom Hearts game ever. But I thought the only way that I would agree with Olympus Coliseum coming back in Kingdom Hearts 3 is if they pretty much finish the story of the movie. So have the part where Hercules has to save Mount Olympus from the Titans and Hades. And from what we see in the trailers, guess what? That's what probably will happen. So the second aspect is the map, or the layout of the world. Nomura clearly stated that the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 will be grand, big, awesome, but almost open world like. And if a world returned, a new map would have to be created for that world. For example, Olympus Coliseum. So we still haven't seen the Coliseum or the Underworld, but these areas are clearly brand new and fit perfectly into the kind of gameplay that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going for. So I consider that. The third is the gameplay, which I don't have much examples, but it's kind of self-explanatory. And the last one is everything else that doesn't fit into the other 3. After that, I decided to give each world a rating from 1 to 5 stars. With 1 star, it means that it's very unlikely. In other words, all those worlds that have most of the reasons against them and are very, very unlikely to be back in Kingdom Hearts 3. 2 stars instead means unlikely, which is slightly less unlikely than very unlikely. It's basically all those worlds that still are unlikely to come back in Kingdom Hearts 3, but they could. There are some aspects that could work somehow. 3 stars is possible, and it's kind of the midway, and it's those worlds which are kind of in the middle. They are not definitely coming back, and there's no strong reason why they should, but it would be nice to see them, and it's completely possible, but it's neither likely nor unlikely. I think that's the best definition. 4 stars means likely. So those worlds, I think, might be in Kingdom Hearts 3, but still are not completely convincing, unlike the 5 stars, which means it's very likely, and are those 3 worlds that I'm almost positive will be back in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, I will talk about every single world, starting from the bottom up. So we'll start with the very unlikely, which are the most ones, and we'll go up until the very likely. So it's kind of a countdown, sort of. Unfortunately, this makes the video a bit too long, so I have to cut it in parts to make sure that the video is available in time. But don't worry, all you need to do is just make sure that you are on the playlist. If not, or you're unsure whether you are or not, click here, and if you don't see anything, that means you have turned off the notifications. Turn them on again. Instead, if you are, for example, on the Wii U, on the PlayStation, or on a cell phone, then go on my channel and look for the playlist. If it's a few days after this video, we'll probably be already there in the front page. Once you've done that, let the videos go and you'll see everything as if it was one single video. Now, this will be the end of this video. In the next one, before talking about all the worlds, I want to talk about 3 specific Disney worlds that don't really fit into the list and are kind of peculiar. So I want to talk them before so that we can just go on with the list after that. So, see you there!